Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. These words are a testament to the unique and sacred journey of every human life. These words from Jeremiah 1:5 are not merely religious rhetoric. They resonate deeply with the core of our humanity. They are a profound statement about the sanctity of human life, a principle that transcends religious boundaries and speaks to the heart of our moral fabric. America was founded on the truth that all people are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights that are inherent and cannot be taken away. The most fundamental of these rights is the right to life, a right that is the cornerstone of all other rights and freedoms. Yet, for over 50 years, we have lived with the legal precedent of Roe v. Wade, a decision that has sparked endless debates and divided our nation. This decision contradicts our nation's founding principles and throws the very definition of human life into question, creating a moral and ethical dilemma. It challenges us to reconsider what it means to protect the most vulnerable among us. Abortion is often framed as a woman's rights issue, a matter of personal choice. This perspective emphasizes autonomy and control over one's body. However, this framing ignores a fundamental truth. Abortion ends a human life. It is not just a personal decision, but a societal one with far-reaching consequences. It is a moral crisis that has deeply wounded our nation's conscience and left a lasting impact on our collective soul. Countless women grapple with the emotional and psychological fallout of their choices, often feeling isolated and unsupported. This video delves into the hidden truth about abortion, exploring its devastating impact on women and society as a whole. It calls for a reassessment of this societal ill, urging us to look beyond the surface and understand the deeper implications. We must move beyond the rhetoric of choice and confront the reality of abortion's consequences, both seen and unseen. We must acknowledge the intrinsic value of every human life from the moment of conception and strive to protect it with unwavering commitment. The legalization of abortion in America marked a significant turning point in our nation's history, one that continues to reverberate through the decades. Since 1973, over 60 million abortions have been performed in the United States, a number that continues to grow each year. This staggering number represents not just a statistic, but a profound and deeply personal loss. It signifies the loss of human potential, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, who were denied the chance to live, to grow, and to contribute to our world. This loss is not confined to numbers on a page or abstract data points. It permeates our families, our communities, and the very fabric of our society, leaving an indelible mark. The emptiness left behind by these absent lives is a silent epidemic, a void that echoes in our hearts and homes. It is a collective grief that we often fail to acknowledge, a sorrow that lingers unspoken. We must confront the magnitude of this loss, understanding its depth and breadth. Recognize that abortion is not merely a private matter between a woman and her doctor, but a societal issue with far-reaching consequences. It affects us all, shaping the future of our communities and the legacy we leave behind. While abortion advocates often portray the procedure as safe and uncomplicated, the reality is far more nuanced and complex than it appears on the surface. Countless women experience a wide range of psychological and emotional difficulties following an abortion, which can deeply affect their mental health and overall well-being. These can include feelings of guilt, shame, regret, anger, depression, and even suicidal thoughts, which can persist for years after the procedure. The pro-choice narrative often dismisses these experiences as post-abortion syndrome, a condition not formally recognized by the medical community, yet widely reported by those affected. However, this dismissal ignores the lived experiences of countless women who struggle silently with the aftermath of their abortions, feeling isolated and misunderstood. Their stories, often shared in hushed tones within church ministries and support groups, reveal the deep psychological scars left by this supposedly simple procedure. scars that are often invisible to the outside world. The emotional and psychological toll of abortion is a hidden epidemic, one that demands our attention and compassion, as it affects not just the individual, but also their families and communities. We must create safe spaces for women to share their stories, receive support, and begin the difficult journey of healing, ensuring they do not have to face this burden alone. To summarize, it is never morally permissible to cooperate in a formal way in an evil act. It is never morally permissible to cooperate in an immediate material way in the act itself. There can be circumstances where it is permitted to cooperate in an immediately material way in an evil act, and this is determined by the seriousness of the evil and one's proximity to or distance from it. However, given the reality that abortion violates the most fundamental moral principle, the right to life itself, the teaching of our faith is clear. Those who kill or assist in killing the child, even if personally opposed to abortion, those who pressure or encourage the mother to have an abortion, who pay for it, who provide financial assistance to organizations to provide abortions, or who support candidates or legislation for the purpose of making abortion a more readily available choice, are all cooperating with a very serious evil. Formal cooperation and immediate material cooperation in evil is never morally justified. Remember this when it's your turn to vote. Do not in any way support a politician or lawmaker who favors pro-choice, or more accurately, pro-death. God help us and have mercy on this once great nation.